Do you want to do the Batman growl?
No, because it's not good.
Gotham's over now. What's next for you?
It's this little movie that I'm working on. It should take about 4 years to shoot, called College. Yeah. Yeah, no, really, that's kind of my biggest priority right now. I'm still auditioning. I'm still looking for work. I have to pass on some things because I'm just not looking for anything long term right now. Nothing like Gotham, no network 22 episode things. Are just not realistic because I want to go to college. So anything that might fit in a summer break or a really good something that I might want to take a quarter off for, I'd be more than happy to do, because I definitely want to keep acting, and I definitely want to act once I'm out of college. But I want to take this opportunity while I'm this age to have this experience and further my education.
Out of all the villains that were put onto Gotham, I mean, they did kind of go through most of them through that. Was there any that didn't make it onto the show that you would have really liked to see?
Killer Croc.
Right.
And the only reason I answered that so quickly is because I got asked earlier at my panel, so I've already thought about it. But yeah, usually I would deliberate for a while. But yeah, I really wanted to see Killer Croc. I also really wanted to see Talia al Ghul, because there was so much al Ghul going on in the show anyway. It would have been cool to have Talia on. I'd be curious who they would cast for it, but yeah. All right.
Would you want to revisit the character? Because you kind of got to kind of its peak, and the last couple of episodes we saw your face behind the cowl, but not actually you. Was it a bit of your voice? Would you like to go back and actually play Batman?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. I think I'm too young now, so I'm glad that I wasn't actually in the cowl. I was very happy that I was actually. I didn't know what they were going to do, and John Stevens, our showrunner, called me probably about a month before we shot the finale, and told me what they were going to do, and I was really, really happy with it, because I didn't really want to be in the cowl just because I'm too young, but also obviously I'd put 5 years of work into this. I didn't want somebody completely new taking it over. I mean, if that's what they did, I would have been okay with it, honestly, and that's what I thought he was calling to tell me. But then when he said they were going to use my face and they were going to use my voice, I was very happy with that compromise. But yeah, in terms of coming back to the character later, I'd be overjoyed to. Yeah, I mean, I feel so connected to it. I've never been with a character so long. It's like any character you do becomes a part of you, And I was playing this character for 5 years, way longer than any other character that I've ever played. So definitely, there's a piece of Bruce in my soul, and I'd love to revisit that part in the future.
Were you a big fan of Batman when you were younger? Did you grow up with the cartoons or the comics?
Yeah, I grew up with honestly just the Christian Bale movies. They were kind of sprinkled throughout my childhood. I think I was 5, 8, and 11 when they came out. So that's what I grew up on. That was the epitome of Batman for me, and it was just that. For me, the coolest thing, I always loved Batman. He was always my favorite superhero, and it was because of the gadgets and just how cool he was. He was the epitome of cool, and that was always my favorite thing. I always loved gadgets and loved playing walkie-talkies with my friends in my house, and playing spies and stuff like that. So I love Batman, and but yeah, I didn't read the comics until I actually got the role, and then I did everything.
What do you think of the announcement of the next Batman, Robert Pattinson?
Is he still? I heard that he backed out because of scheduling stuff. I mean, I'm very happy with it. I think he's a great actor, and I've seen him in some stuff other than Twilight, and I think I'm very excited, and I also I'm very excited. I don't know. For me, it's hard to say I'm happy with it or I'm not happy with it, because I haven't seen it yet. Do you have a question?
Yeah. What cast member did you learn the most from while on set?
Oh, not because through any fault of anyone else, but just because I worked with him the most. Definitely Shawn Pertwee. I learned the most from him just because he had so much to teach, and I worked with him by far more than any other cast member. So, and it wasn't even things that he would explicitly teach me. It was more just things that I would notice that he did that I kind of that rubbed not even consciously, just like subconsciously rubbed off on me because he was such a good actor. My mom always says acting is like playing tennis. If you play against someone who's better than you get better. If you play against someone who's worse, you get worse. And working with Shawn, I only got better.
Was it daunting being so young when you started the show to be, next to actors like Shawn, and was it exciting? How did you feel when you first started looking back?
It wasn't daunting. A lot of people, I thought you were gonna go with like, was it daunting stepping into this iconic role?
Well, that too. Yeah.
And it wasn't. It is purely because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't realize what the significance of this role was. I was just like, cool, I got a job. And yeah, I was nervous, but that was just like, I would have been as nervous for any other job. I wasn't. I didn't particularly feel. I didn't feel at all any other kind of external pressure to satisfy fans or to uphold or to do justice to this character, because I really just was not thinking about that. I was thinking, all right, they cast me, they must know what they're doing. I'm just gonna do what I did in the audition, and hopefully it all works out. And yeah, I was nervous to work with actors like Shawn and Ben, who have already been established and who are known as very talented, dedicated actors. But they were all so nice, and it really was like one big family from the very beginning. So it's crazy thinking back, I'm thinking back to like the first season, first couple episodes, and it's weird to think about how long ago that was.
Over in the other DC universe, you've got obviously Arrowverse running as well, and they've got this big Crisis event coming up. And I know they've been roping people in from like Smallville and other DC shows. Yeah, there's quite a lot. They've even roped in Burt Ward from the original Batman 66 series.
Oh wow!
Would you like some of you and maybe some of the other Gotham guys to sort of just cameo across into that?
Yeah, I'd love that. I would love that. Yeah. And that's like a perfect opportunity for us too, if they're already reaching out to people from Smallville, and it might be a little too soon just because we just went off the air. Like here, we literally went off the air last night. So it might be a little bit too soon, but I'm 100% down for it. It's not at all in my hands, but if I ever get a call asking if I want to do a crossover in the Arrowverse, I'm 100% on board.
Right, on the topic of Ben, putting you on the spot a bit, I know he taught you the growl.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the Batman growl?
No, because it's not good. But he did try to give me lessons. Yeah, because I remember we were shooting because again, it was only my voice for the end, and they put an effect on it anyway. But I only had like 3 lines where it was actually the Batman voice as opposed to just like an older Bruce Wayne voice, and I was practicing it at home, and I was like, this does not sound good. And so I asked him on set, we were doing a scene, and I was like, by the way, Ben, you played Batman. You wanna, because he did the voice for the Year One movie. I was like, do you want to give me some advice? And he like went through the lines with me, and it was fun. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
Was there any mementos you kept from being on set of Gotham?
Yes, I stole a Roman lamp from Wayne Manor, and it's now my bedside lamp because I thought it was really cool. Probably shouldn't be saying that when there's 3 million cameras pointed at me.
So John, who plays Punisher, he stays in character off set.
Right.
Did you kind of act like Bruce, Batman?
No. I've worked with people who do that. Cameron Monaghan did that. I worked with Aaron Eckert, who was very intense on set. It's just not my acting style. I like to be in the role when it depends on the scene, honestly. But I don't know. I never really had an intense acting training, so I don't have like one particular style. I don't do method or anything like that. But like we're really good friends with the prop guy from Prop Master, Sterling Rush from Touch, the first show that I was on. And he one thing he always said was that you could always tell like from a distance whether I was in character or not, because like when I was Jake Baum was my character on Touch, I was always super stiff, and I was always like walking super stiffly, and when I was like David, I was just like running around, laughing and stuff like that. So that just like the second it's cut, I'm back to me. That's just my acting style, but to each their own.
So you've played an iconic comic book hero, anti-hero now. If you could play a villain, who would you want to play?
DC villain or any villain?
Any villain.
Any villain. It's a tough one. It's tempting to not say the Joker, just because as an actor that's like terrifying role and also super exciting. So I don't know what I would do with it at all, but I would be very interested to explore that more.
If you could appear in any TV show, past, present, or future, what show would it be?
It would have to be Rick and Morty. I mean, it would have to be, yeah. It'd be really cool if there was like a character that like they animated to look like me, and I got to voice it. I'm not hoping Justin Roiland sees this or anything.
Do you play any video games?
I don't religiously play video games, but I have become obsessed with a few of them. Uncharted 4 I was obsessed with for a good 3 nights before I finished it. And I don't know if you guys know Clash Royale. I bang Clash Royale all the time on my phone. I was just playing a second ago. Let's see what else. Injustice. I have that on my phone. I have a bunch of VR games that I have a PlayStation. I just don't play like games on it. Like when I go on my PlayStation, I just kind of go for like the VR experience and just play like a cool driving game and like pretend I'm driving in the Alps.
You played the Batman VR game?
Yeah, of course. The thing about the Batman VR game is that you're done with it in a half an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really cool for that half an hour, but then you can do it again, but it's like, all right, I kind of did this before. I get the deal. It's like it's cool to practice the batarang throwing, but that's about it.
What was your favourite scene you did in Gotham?
It's such a hard question. It's like a 4-way tie between the Matches Malone scene, the carnival scene, the party scene in season 4, the club, the scene in earlier in season 4 where Bruce is the billionaire brat and he's like bidding with Barbara. The fight with Jeremiah in Ace Chemicals. Yeah, 5-way tie. I think that's 5.
What was it like having to play 2 versions of Bruce?
It was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I was really. I was kind of upset that character never came back because he didn't die. In an earlier draft, he was killed, and then they let him live. So I was like, all right, I guess he's coming back in season 4, but then he never did. So I don't know. But it was fun. It was really fun. I was really happy that the writers kind of gave me that challenge.
If there was any part of the series that you'd like to have expanded on, what would that have been?
As in like relationships
story expansion, like maybe because they have a lot of stuff to cram together.
Yeah, I think what I would have liked to see is Bruce's billionaire kind of party side explored more, and more as a front for what he was actually doing. Like that kind of, I would have liked to explore, because that's obviously a famous kind of thing in the comic books, that he has this front to the public so that he can better hide what he's really doing. And I would have liked to kind of we could have done that in Gotham, and we just didn't get the opportunity.
What was that last day on set like?
It was sad, but it was also really fun, because like Shawn and I got everybody a waffle truck. So everyone was munching down on some nice waffles and ice cream, and Aaron was directing, and we were shooting the. I'm assuming I can say this now. We were shooting the Jim and Lee marriage in the GCPD, so we were on set. Everybody in the cast basically was there. We were all eating waffles. We were all signing cards for everybody. Corey and Robin and Aaron, I think. I don't know exactly who it was, but a bunch of people got together and made like calendars for everybody on set. So we were all signing them. and it was just a really nice day. Like, it was kind of just full of camaraderie and fun. Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. It was sad, but it was nice.
Were there many practical jokers on set?
Not too many. I mean, it was like, it was such a dark thing on screen, you know. So like behind the scenes, we were just always kind of laughing about, but not too many practical jokes. No.
And right, forget all your Batman gadgets. Your only weapon is what you just ate. What is your weapon?
My only weapon is what I just ate.
Yeah.
A nice margarita pizza.
Possibly defeat that.
Yeah.
Sharp edges.
If you cut it correctly.
You can throw it like a bat.
Kill you with grease. Yeah.
Alright, guys, I think we're
Cool.
time up.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much, guys.